Right now, inside your kitchen, there are three completely ordinary ingredients. Things you've been using your whole life. Things your mother used. Things a doctor probably never warned you about. And according to recent research, these three ingredients are quietly responsible for one of the most devastating forms of kidney damage seen in adults over 60. Not processed junk food, not alcohol, not cigarettes. Your everyday kitchen staples. And the worst part? Most people find out too late. Stay with me until the end, because the number one ingredient on this list is something nearly every American household uses daily, sometimes multiple times a day. And a landmark study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found it accelerates kidney function decline by up to 40% in adults over 60. Yet your doctor has almost certainly never mentioned it. I'm Dr. Leonard Hoffman, a physician specialized in senior health with over 15 years of dedicated clinical experience. I've worked with thousands of men and women over 60 who came to me confused, frustrated, and scared. Their lab results were getting worse. Their kidneys were quietly struggling, and nobody had connected the dots to what was sitting in their own pantry. What I'm about to share goes against what most people assume about healthy eating. But I've seen it with my own eyes, patient after patient, and I refuse to stay silent any longer. Before we get into these three ingredients, I need you to understand what's actually at stake here. Your kidneys are two fist-sized organs sitting just below your rib cage, one on each side of your spine. Every single minute of every single day, they filter about half a cup of blood. Every minute. That adds up to roughly 200 liters of blood filtered every 24 hours. They regulate your blood pressure, control the balance of minerals in your body, produce hormones that keep your bones strong, and signal your body to make red blood cells. When your kidneys start to fail, everything starts to fall apart. Your energy crashes, your blood pressure spikes, your bones weaken, your mind gets foggy. Fluid builds up in your legs and lungs. And here's what terrifies me most. Kidney disease has no pain, no obvious warning signals. The medical community calls it the silent killer for a reason. By the time most people feel symptoms, they've already lost more than half their kidney function. After 60, your kidneys naturally operate at a reduced capacity compared to when you were younger. The filtering units inside your kidneys, called nephrons, gradually decrease in number and efficiency as you age. That means the margin for error shrinks dramatically. What your kidneys could tolerate at 35, they simply cannot handle at 65 or 75. The ingredients I'm about to reveal are dangerous for anyone, but for adults over 60, they are genuinely catastrophic. And the data is undeniable. The National Kidney Foundation estimates that 1 in 3 American adults is currently at risk for kidney disease. And among adults over 60, that number rises to nearly 1 in 2. Before we continue, I'm curious, how old are you right now? In your 60s, your 70s, maybe beyond? If you've ever been told your kidney numbers were a little off during a routine checkup, type kidneys in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are dealing with this quietly. If this information seems valuable already, go ahead and hit that like button right now. It helps this information reach more people who need it. Now let's talk about these three ingredients. We're going to go from the one you might suspect all the way to the one that will genuinely shock you. Ingredient number 3, table salt, or more specifically, the hidden sodium you don't even realize you're consuming. Now, I know what you're thinking. Everyone knows salt is bad for you. You've heard it 1,000 times. But here's the thing. Most people dramatically underestimate how much sodium they're actually getting, and they have no idea about the specific mechanism by which excess sodium destroys kidney tissue over time. Here's what's happening inside your body when you consume too much sodium. Your kidneys have to work overtime to filter out the excess. This creates a sustained increase in the pressure inside the tiny blood vessels of the kidneys, the ones that do the actual filtering. Over months and years, this sustained pressure physically damages the vessel walls. The filtering units become scarred. And once kidney tissue is scarred, it cannot regenerate. It is gone permanently. A study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology tracked over 700 adults for a period of 10 years and found that those consuming high sodium diets had a 54% higher risk of kidney function decline compared to those on low sodium diets. 54%. That is not a small number. Now here's where it gets really important for you specifically. Most people think they can control their sodium intake by putting down the salt shaker. But research shows that 70 to 75% of the sodium Americans consume comes not from the salt they add at the table. It comes from processed and packaged foods. Bread, canned soups, deli meats, salad dressings, breakfast cereals, condiments. Even foods that taste sweet often contain alarming amounts of sodium as a preservative. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, and ideally closer to 1,500 milligrams for adults over 60. The average American consumes over 3,400 milligrams daily, more than double the safe limit. Here's something most people miss about sodium. It's not just about your blood pressure numbers. Even if your blood pressure reads normal, chronic high sodium intake still creates that filtering pressure inside your kidneys, still causes microscopic damage over time. This is why so many people with normal blood pressure are still diagnosed with chronic kidney disease in their 60s and 70s. Nobody connected the dots. The practical solution here is twofold. First, start reading labels. Anything over 400 milligrams of sodium per serving is considered high. Second, replace table salt with potassium-based salt alternatives, which research shows actually support kidney function when used in appropriate amounts by helping to counterbalance the sodium your body does take in, and use herbs, lemon juice, and spices like turmeric and garlic to add flavor without adding sodium load. But here's where it gets really interesting, because ingredient number 2 is something that is widely marketed as healthy, something you probably have in your kitchen right now because you thought you were making the right choice. Ingredient number 2, certain over-the-counter pain medications combined with common kitchen staples. Specifically, the combination of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, what we call NSAIDs, with foods that restrict kidney blood flow. Now let me be precise here, because this is a kitchen ingredient story. The specific culprit I'm talking about is black licorice, real black licorice containing glycyrrhizin. Not the artificially flavored candy, but actual licorice root products, licorice teas, and certain herbal preparations that have become increasingly popular as natural health products. Many adults over 60 keep these in their kitchens, specifically because they believe they're supporting their health naturally. The science on this is alarming. Glycyrrhizin, the active compound in real licorice, causes the body to retain sodium and excrete potassium. This creates a dramatic hormonal cascade. It mimics a hormone called aldosterone, which signals the kidneys to hold on to sodium and water. This raises blood pressure, sometimes severely, and creates intense filtration pressure inside the kidneys. A study published in the journal Nephron found that even moderate regular consumption licorice root products can raise blood pressure by 10 to 15 points and measurably impair kidney function within just 2 to 4 weeks. The FDA has specifically warned that eating 2 ounces of black licorice daily for 2 weeks or more can cause serious heart rhythm problems in adults over 40. And what fewer people realize is that the kidney impact often precedes the heart symptoms. Your kidneys are taking damage before you feel anything in your chest. Here's something most people miss. Licorice root shows up in unexpected places. Certain herbal teas marketed for digestion, stress relief, and adrenal support. Some natural cough syrups, certain digestive supplements, Ayurvedic preparations. If you have any herbal teas or natural remedies in your kitchen cabinet, check the ingredient list specifically for licorice root, also sometimes listed as Glycyrrhiza glabra. If you have any kidney concerns at all, this ingredient needs to come out of your life immediately. I remember Robert, a 71-year-old retired engineer from Denver. He came to my office with blood pressure that had been climbing steadily for 8 months despite being on medication. His kidney function markers, specifically his creatinine and EGFR levels, were moving in the wrong direction. He was doing everything right. He was watching his sodium, exercising regularly, taking his medications faithfully. Something wasn't adding up. It was his wife who finally mentioned it offhand during the appointment. She'd started making him a cup of licorice root tea every afternoon because she'd read it was good for digestion. He'd been drinking it every single day for 9 months, just 1 cup a day. That was it. I asked them to stop immediately. Within 6 weeks, his blood pressure had dropped 14 points. Within 3 months, his kidney markers had stabilized and begun to improve. He came back to my office and said, "Doctor, I cannot believe that 1 cup of herbal tea nearly cost me my kidneys. I thought I was being healthy." This wasn't bad luck. This was a gap in information that nearly became irreversible. And that same gap exists in millions of kitchens across America right now. This is preventable. This is reversible. If you catch it in time, your body wants to heal. It just needs the right information. Now, before we get to the number one ingredient, I want to make a quick request. If what you've heard so far seems valuable, I'm asking for two simple things. First, subscribe to this channel. My mission is to give you clear, real health information so you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. Second, share this video. Think about someone you love, a parent, a sibling, a close friend. One simple share could start a conversation that genuinely protects their kidneys. And if you're finding this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the real health solutions we share every week. Now, ingredient number one, the one that is going to surprise you, the one that is in virtually every American kitchen, the one most people consider completely harmless, even healthy. Ingredient number one, excessive protein powder and high protein supplements combined with chronically low water intake. Wait, hear me out. I know protein powders aren't a traditional kitchen staple in the way salt or licorice is, but over the past decade, high protein supplementation has exploded in the senior demographic. The messaging is everywhere. Protect your muscle mass. Fight sarcopenia, maintain strength after 60. And the advice is not wrong. Adequate protein is genuinely important for seniors. But here is the critical distinction that the marketing never tells you. There is a profound difference between adequate dietary protein from whole food sources and the concentrated, isolated protein loads that come from powders, shakes, and supplements, especially when combined with something almost every senior does: not drinking enough water. Here's the mechanism, and this is the science that should concern every single person watching this. When your body metabolizes protein, it produces nitrogen waste products. The primary one is called urea. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering urea out of your blood and excreting it in your urine. When you dramatically spike your protein intake with concentrated supplements, you spike the urea load your kidneys must process. This dramatically increases what scientists call the glomerular filtration rate in an unhealthy way, essentially forcing the kidneys to work at an unsustainably high level. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Internal Medicine Division found that high-protein diets, defined as consuming more than 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day from supplemental sources, were associated with a 48% acceleration in kidney function decline in adults who already showed any signs of reduced kidney function. 48%, nearly half again, faster deterioration. And the crucial variable that made this worse in almost every case was inadequate hydration. When you're not drinking enough water and you're slamming concentrated protein, the urea and other metabolic waste products become concentrated in your bloodstream. Your kidneys have to work exponentially harder to clear them. Over time, this creates a state of chronic hyperfiltration, meaning the kidneys are being pushed constantly beyond their healthy operating range. And like any machine pushed beyond its design capacity for years, the parts wear out faster. Here's what makes this especially concerning for adults over 60. Your sense of thirst naturally declines as you age. The mechanisms that signal your brain that you need water become less sensitive after about 55 to 60 years of age. This means you can be significantly dehydrated without feeling thirsty. Combine that with concentrated protein supplementation, and you have a recipe for serious silent kidney damage. The research on hydration and kidney health is unambiguous. A study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that adults who consistently drank less than 4 cups of water per day had a 40% higher rate of kidney function decline over a decade compared to those who drank 8 or more cups. 40%. And most American seniors are drinking far less than the recommended amount without realizing it. Here's something most people miss about protein supplements specifically. Many of them also contain extremely high levels of phosphorus, a mineral that healthy kidneys manage effectively, but that damaged kidneys struggle to excrete. Excess phosphorus in the blood pulls calcium from your bones, weakens blood vessel walls, and creates further scarring in kidney tissue. It becomes a destructive cycle that feeds itself. Now, I want to be absolutely clear. I am not telling you to avoid protein. Protein is essential. The specific danger is concentrated, isolated protein supplements consumed without adequate hydration and without having your kidney function checked regularly. If you want to support your muscle mass after 60, which you absolutely should, prioritize whole food protein sources. Eggs, fish, especially salmon and sardines, lean chicken, Greek yogurt, legumes. These sources come packaged with water content, fiber, and supporting nutrients that help your kidneys manage the metabolic load efficiently. If you do use protein powders, use them occasionally, not daily. Never exceed 20 to 25 grams of supplemental protein per serving. Always drink at least 16 ounces of water alongside any protein supplement, and get a kidney function panel, specifically your creatinine, eGFR, and BUN levels, checked at least once a year. I remember Linda, a 68-year-old retired nurse from Chicago. She came to me after her annual physical left her primary care physician alarmed. Her eGFR, which is the key measure of kidney filtering capacity, had dropped from 74 to 58 in just 14 months. For reference, an eGFR below 60 indicates moderate chronic kidney disease. She was terrified. She couldn't understand what had happened. She was exercising 4 days a week, eating what she thought was a healthy diet, and had recently committed to a serious fitness routine to maintain her strength and independence. When we went through her daily habits in detail, the picture became clear. About 16 months prior, she had started using a daily protein shake, 2 scoops every morning, 52 grams of protein from a whey concentrate powder, in addition to her regular dietary protein. Her total daily protein intake was well over 180 grams per day, and she was drinking maybe 3 or 4 cups of liquid total per day, mostly coffee. She had no idea she was simultaneously flooding her kidneys with metabolic waste and starving them of the hydration they needed to flush it out. We made 2 changes. We eliminated the protein powder completely and shifted her to whole food protein sources, and we implemented a deliberate hydration schedule, specifically 8 ounces of water upon waking, 8 ounces with each meal, and 8 ounces in the mid-afternoon. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive. 4 months later, her eGFR had climbed back to 69. Her physician called it remarkable. Linda looked at me and said, "Doctor, I was literally destroying my kidneys while trying to take better care of myself. I've been a nurse my whole career, and I had no idea this was happening to me. This wasn't bad genetics. This wasn't inevitable aging. This was correctable information, and she caught it in time. This is why I do this." Because the gap between what most people know and what the research actually shows is costing people their health, their independence, and in some cases, their lives. If you believe that what you just learned can protect your kidneys, type yes in the comments right now. If you're skeptical, type 0. Your response helps other viewers know they're not alone in this. Now let me give you your exact action plan, because information without a clear path forward is just anxiety. Here is exactly what to do starting tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the first thing you do before coffee, before anything else, is drink a full 8 ounces of water. Not because it feels good, because your kidneys have been working all night filtering your blood while you slept, and they need hydration to flush out what they've collected. Make this automatic, every single morning. Throughout the day, aim for a minimum of 64 ounces of total fluid. That's 8 cups. Set a timer on your phone if you need to. The goal is pale yellow urine. If your urine is dark yellow or amber, you are dehydrated and your kidneys are struggling. Go through your kitchen this week and read the sodium content of every packaged food you regularly use. Anything regularly serving you over 400 milligrams per serving needs to either be replaced with a lower sodium alternative or removed. Start replacing salt in cooking with herbs, lemon, garlic, and spices. Check your herbal teas, digestive supplements, and any natural health products for licorice root, also listed as Glycyrrhiza glabra or licorice extract. Remove any products containing this ingredient from your kitchen immediately, and speak with your doctor about any herbal preparations you use regularly. If you are currently using protein powders or protein shakes daily, begin transitioning to whole food protein sources this week. Eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, legumes, lean poultry. These are your kidney's best friends for protein intake. Don't make these critical errors. First, don't assume your kidneys are fine because you feel fine. Kidney disease is silent until it is severe. Get a kidney function panel every year without exception. Second, don't try to cut sodium and increase hydration dramatically all at once. Make one change per week.
Sustainable beats dramatic every time. Third, don't assume natural and herbal means safe for your kidneys.
Some of the most damaging things for kidney health are marketed as natural remedies. Always check with your doctor before adding any supplement or herbal product to your routine. Within 3 days of increasing your hydration, you'll likely notice more energy and clearer thinking. That's your kidneys finally having enough water to work efficiently. Within 2 weeks, if you've reduced your sodium significantly, many people notice reduced puffiness in the ankles and face, lower blood pressure readings, and better sleep quality. Within a month, your kidney markers, if you get tested, will begin to reflect the changes. Within 3 months, the difference can be dramatic enough that your doctor will ask what you changed. You're not broken. Your information was broken. Your body wants to heal. It simply needs the right conditions to do it. So let's recap what we covered today. The 3 innocent kitchen ingredients quietly damaging your kidneys after 60. Number 3, excess dietary sodium, especially hidden sodium in processed and packaged foods, which creates sustained filtration pressure that scars kidney tissue over years. Number 2, licorice root products, including herbal teas and natural preparations, which mimic a hormone that forces your kidneys to retain sodium and water, driving blood pressure and filtration pressure to dangerous levels. And number 1, concentrated protein supplements combined with chronic dehydration, which floods your kidneys with metabolic waste while simultaneously starving them of the hydration they need to function. Each of these is correctable. All 3 together, addressed consistently, can meaningfully protect and in many cases restore kidney function in adults over 60. My challenge to you is simple. Commit to proper hydration for just 30 days. 8 cups of water per day, every single day. Just 30 days. Track how you feel. Track your energy, your blood pressure, the swelling in your legs, your sleep quality. Your kidneys will thank you. Your heart will thank you. Your brain will thank you. I think of Linda, who found out she was damaging her kidneys while trying to be healthier. I think of Robert, whose afternoon herbal tea was quietly raising his blood pressure and scarring his kidney tissue. Both of them got their information in time to make a difference. You are getting yours today. If this video helped you, please smash that like button, subscribe for more real, clear health solutions designed specifically for adults over 60, and share this with someone you care about. A simple click could protect someone's kidneys, someone's independence, someone's quality of life, and now I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 ingredients surprised you the most? Which one are you going to address first? Share your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, because remember, aging does not take away your body's ability to protect and heal itself. It simply asks you to give it what it truly needs. Take care of yourself.